Alright, let's go ahead and find a game against Pranav. Play a friend. Unrated. Alright. And we got whites. You know what, let's play an exchange. Actually, let's play classical. Let's see what Pranav does in the classical variation. Interesting. I'm actually not sure what is considered best here. I'll just go ahead and defend the knight and develop. I guess I could have taken and damaged his structure. That might be good. Okay, so he develops the knight in order to not damage his pawn structure if I take. I'm gonna go ahead and develop my own knight. I wonder if Will shouting downstairs is going to come out in the recording. Okay. Guess he's trying to limit the development of my bishop, like to this square. I might develop it here though. But then that walks into this move. And I could drop back. And then he would probably play like here. Although that would drop that pawn, so maybe not. I don't think I'll be too upset if he plays this. That makes my bishop on this diagonal a lot stronger. Okay. He's weakened this square a lot. I don't think I want to put anything there yet though. Let's just go ahead and castle. Activate the rook. I'm assuming he is going to castle now. Oh, interesting. Wasn't expecting that. So he wants my bishop. We could trade if I dropped it back here and then takes. I don't really want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and put it here. I would prefer to trade my bishop for his bishop, rather than my bishop for his knight. Plus this gets my knight into a really strong square, and he'll lose castling rights, unless he castles right now. Interesting. Okay, he is going to come up here. That's kind of surprising. I wasn't expecting that. I could come here, and if he takes, then I can recapture his knight, and, well, actually, if he takes, I have this fork, which is better, and if he takes here, then I take this, and my knight is really strong, and his knight is still hanging, so I'm going to come here. I guess he can play this, in which case I will probably take here. His knight could come here. That's really like his only safe square, probably. He's hitting my bishop in that case. If I need to bail out with my knight too, I can always just take this bishop. I mean, I don't want to do that, but like if I lose this pawn somehow and it's just hanging. Now that just simply cannot be a good move. Don't I just take the knight? I don't see what the idea of that is. Now I'm threatening mate. Okay. That was a good game. All right, let's see if I can roll out the England Gambit, or the England Gambit. Pranav must be like, what the hell, you played a new opening on black and white. The video I watched didn't cover this. It's supposed to be takes, and then here, 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 and then maybe they do this. I honestly don't remember. Let's just take. And then let's develop the knight. The whole point is to get the queen here and give this check, so that is still possible actually. Now it is not. I could do this, but then if he pushes and attacks me, I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of forced to take in that case. Which I'm not necessarily thrilled with. Let's just push the pawn. Interesting. I suppose he's trying to set up this move. I'm going to come here. I could take and then he takes, and I try and pin his knight, and he defends, and I push up this pawn, maybe. We can go ahead and try it and see what happens. I guess you could play here. And that would unpin himself and defend. I didn't think about that. Fortunately, he didn't go for it. Oh, couldn't I have just directly won the knight back also by playing here? And then he couldn't have played here because I had this. Damn. Too bad I didn't see this. Let's just go ahead and try and win the knight back like this. And that'll hit his bishop when I take it. I guess maybe, did I still have this actually? I don't think this works. Can't I just push? So he wants to trade. Because if I take, that unpins his knight. Well, obviously I don't want to do that, because then he's just up a piece. I could take, and then he takes, and I take, and then he's up a pawn. So that doesn't seem good. If only I could move the queen away with check. Too bad my bishop is right here. Actually, can't I come here? And then he's got to block or move his king. This doesn't work because if I play here, he actually can block with his knight. But then I could play here, but he just covers and everything's protected, and my king is really in danger, so I guess I just have to do this and be down a pawn. Interesting. I guess he wants to take it with check. I'm actually up a pawn right now. I thought we were going to be... Well, I could defend, and then he takes, and I take, and he takes. So that doesn't really get me much. I think I'm just going to come here. Give the pawn back up, then we'll be even. And I'm gonna make sure to keep my rooks and king on dark squares. And I gotta, if he takes the pawn with the, okay, he takes with the rook. Let's go ahead and come this way, probably. I want to bring my rook, my bishop. I'd like to bring my bishop first, develop it with tempo. So I think my advantage in this is that this pawn could be a weakness for him. In development, we're both pretty even, so I don't think he's a bit more active than me because of his rook. But beyond that, I think we're pretty even. Okay, let's play here. See what he decides to do. I think I want to trade. It depends where he moves his rook. I might have something better, but assuming I don't and he just moves his rook all the way back, I think I want to trade the bishops. Because I don't want Pranav to trade the bishops and give me an isolated pawn. Interesting. I can go ahead and set up a discovery on the rook, I suppose. I guess this still allows him to give me an isolated pawn as well, so maybe this wasn't good. But now I can play takes, and if he takes, I guess it all just ends up trading out anyways, so. I'm assuming he's gonna trade. Maybe he won't. No, he does. So he wants to move the knight away and attack this pawn. And he can move the knight here, here. Well, if he moves it here, then he drops this pawn, but then he takes this one, and I take, and he takes, and it's just even, and we have a weird pawn imbalance. If I come here, he could come, say, here, and I don't know what's happening in that situation. Let's go ahead and do it. I think probably this is pretty even if, like, we were both really good at endgames, but I'm absolute garbage at endgames, and Pranav is probably not that much better than me. So this could go either way at this point, I think. So he's hitting this pawn. If I push, my pawn here stays defended. He can't come here. He could come here, but I feel like that just traps his knight. He can't come here. He can't go here. He could come back and he could go here. So I think I'm gonna push. And if he comes here, then I move my rook up a square, and I think his knight is trapped in that case. If he moves it back, oh, okay. Oh, I can't play that because that would hang my rook. I didn't think about that. I think this is still fine though, because I can play here. And now his knight is hanging, and he can move it here, but that drops the pawn. My knight is protected, so there's no harm there. I could go ahead and push this pawn anyways though, just to make sure it's safe. If I decide to move my king away. I think I'm just going to start shoving these pawns forward. He, I guess, is trying to walk over here. I don't know where he's trying to go. I could give this check. That doesn't do anything. If he keeps coming this way, and my knight was here, I don't have a way to get it there fast enough. Let's just keep pushing pawns. I also don't have a lot of time to think, which is another reason why I struggle with endgames. You still can't take this though. I guess his goal is to take, but then I just recapture. And his king can't come any closer. I'm just gonna keep pushing. Don't know what else to do. Maybe he wants to play here and pin me and then take. I can just move my own king. Oh, I see. He wants to play here. Interesting. I'm not sure what to do against this. Let's come here. Do I want to trade? His king is just way too close, right? That's not good for me. Let's take this instead. Alright, I gotta focus here. Let's just start pushing this pawn, I guess. Let's see. All right, that was a good game. He wants to do one more. That was a close game. Let's play d4. Interesting. Guess he's gonna go for the King's Indian. I don't really know what I want to play actually. I was hoping for d5. All right, I can push this pawn. He probably moves his knight here. I can pin his knight. I feel like he'd try and kick my bishop out. Let's go ahead and do it. If he doesn't, then I can play this. And if he still plays here, then I can... Okay, I think I still have this, right? Because after he takes, I can recapture. Maybe he's planning on playing here now. Maybe he's planning on playing here now? I feel like that's his plan. If he does that... Oh, okay, this is interesting. I guess his idea is to take this. Assuming I take here, he goes here. I take he takes this, I take this. He probably wouldn't take though, he would come, whoops, fuck. So, shit. Here, here, here. Let's say he captures this way. I can't really do anything with my queen. I guess I'll just develop the knight and I'll let him move his knight while protecting my pawn. Maybe I should have gone for it. We'll see after the game. But next I'm going to castle. Thinking for a while. Interesting. I don't like his knight being all up in my business like that. And he's attacking this pawn. I could push his queen away. He could counterattack my queen by still moving his knight there. In that case, I think I might trade queens, but I'm not sure. If he doesn't want to trade queens, he's got to move his queen back here, otherwise he drops the knight. Okay. Now I think I just castle. And I can play here maybe. I have absolutely no idea what he's going to play. I think this makes sense, but who knows if he'll play it. I mean, if he does that, then I just slide my queen up. And I want it on that square anyways. And then I guess his knight has to go back. It either has to go back or to this square, right? Let's assume for now it comes back here. Where am I gonna go? Maybe here? I think probably some next candidate moves are, oh, okay, interesting. Well, I can just take this en passant. Do I want to? Feel like I do. I could take here, and then he probably takes this way. Then maybe I play knight here. Maybe I play knight there first. Hit the queen. Queen's gotta move somewhere. And then I can come in here, hit the rook, and then when the rook moves, I can take this. And maybe do something, I don't know. This, though, is really good for me. I mean, he's basically playing, I mean, this bishop is defending this pawn, but he's basically playing without these two pieces and kind of not playing with this piece either. Meanwhile, I'm playing with all four of these pieces. I gotta get my rooks involved. And then I'll be really dominating the board if my rooks get involved. So let's say I do what I was planning, and not wanting to give up his knight, he moves his rook down. Then what do I do? So here takes here, and I don't know, I'm just not seeing anything amazing. Let's set up a discovery on his queen. How about that? That seems strong. So now I'm setting up this check. And while he deals with where to move his queen again, I can think about what I want to do about this whole situation with the knight and the bishop. That's not a good move, because now I just have this. Okay. Let's, I guess I'll take, may as well trade while I'm up. And I could threaten to come in here and start doing things. That seems pretty strong. And also, if he moves this bishop, I'm threatening to take here. This forces the queen trade, which is nice. Let's go ahead and do that. That was a good move. I was wanting to bring my rook up here and paralyze all his pieces, but that kind of prevents me from doing that. Let's just drop back, and I can trade that and double up his pawns. He still can't move his bishop, actually. Because if he moves it, I can take. So I can take. Okay, let's come here. Took a long time to think about where he wanted to move his king. Let's come here now, I think. And I'm gonna drop the bishop somewhere and try and win the knight, or just trade it off, either way. Never mind. I think I'm just winning this pawn back though. Oh, I'm not? Oh, I am, because takes. And I'm perfectly fine making those trades. I could also try and swing my rook around this way and maybe get in like that. I could also try and throw this pawn forward and bring my rook up here. Let's come this way, I think. I can give this check, slide my rook up. Just need to stay ahead on time also. He's trying to get his rook out. You can come up like this. Make sure my rooks aren't forkable. Now if his rook moves, I can take, and he takes. I take, and I'm just up a bishop at that point. Let's make some space for my king, I think. Oh wait, hold on. He might be trying to play like here. In which case my rooks will be cut off. No, I can just take this way. Or either way. I don't know what he's trying to do actually. I'm just gonna play here. That way I don't have to worry about back rank problems. I guess I'll fix the pawn in place. I think I just need to bring my king up and take this pawn and start making a pawn. Okay. bishop and pawn never need to move. They're doing a perfectly fine job of protecting each other. And I just push the pawn. And it's completely safe there because of my bishop. And I just walk the king over, making sure not to block the bishop's line of sight. Oh, this could be dangerous. I'm gonna have to sacrifice that pawn, but this is still completely winning. Oh, that was dumb. I didn't count that right. Let's just come here. Let's come get this pawn. Let's come get this pawn. And he's going to lose on time anyways, so it's fine. There we go. Good game. I think we are done. That was 3, so I'm done anyways, even if he wants to keep playing. Good games, Pranav.